Now, the rest of the story.
Welcome back to the rest of the story. Well, it is going to be a very hectic 24 hours, maybe longer than that. This is probably going to be well, depending on the weather and everything else that could potentially be working against us, this could very much be a 24-hour planting video series. So you guys just have to wait and see what comes out in the upcoming days. Right now, my plans, you know, the dreaded P word, have already been kind of shot full of bullet holes. The plan was to go ahead and start seeding. We got 25 acres of Ryan's that I will be going to do here shortly. So the plan is, Ryan is over there currently finishing up, working it up right now. He was about halfway done with the second pass, and for how I'm going to end up planting it, I don't want to be tripping over Ryan trying to get that work down or seeded down. So I had this tractor from the other day sitting ready to go. We tried to run yesterday, it was too muddy in the same field. Ryan had this field already worked up and ready to be planted. So I figured, since it's sitting here waiting and I got time to kill, I do and I don't, I figured I'd go ahead and at least get this field planted. I already got everything above me done. This strip I'll have done in probably another pass will pretty well do it. Then I got that little bit right there, which was the dreaded washed out soggy marsh ground, swamp ground. The swamp, or whatever you want to call it, the spring, has actually worked its way up into the field and was giving me a little bit of a headache. And here's a question I get asked all the time. We are running RTK with the GPS and the on-track system. I'm not driving at all, as you can see. Why do I still run the markers? The dreaded markers, why do I run them? Well, the reason I still put the markers down, and I'm probably going to have to set the camera down, but the reason I put the markers down is that when I get to the headland, I turn around, I know where I should be dropping back in so I can turn on the auto track again. I'll set you down for a second. I had to sit you down. I have to turn around, I get a little too close to the road. And I don't think it'd look really good if I'm turning around that close to the county road and I'm holding the camera up, talking to a camera at the same time. But this is probably the best, well, this so far are the best planting conditions we've had so far this year. The first real decent day of planting we've had, and what we're really looking at doing here, I mean, it's really not what anybody really wants to do. But what's probably going to end up happening is it's going to be a 24-hour planting session. Probably the first time in my life where we're looking at a very real possibility of planting seeding oats, planting beans, and planting corn all within a 24-hour time frame. So the beans are currently going in. As soon as within an hour here, I'm going to be going over and seeding oats. So at least I'll be planting, say that we get planted beans and seeded hay or oats down within the same 24-hour time frame. But there's a real possibility here that we be putting corn in yet sometime tomorrow. Say the beans are actually going in pretty smooth. The big thing is just finding somebody that can run over all this ground with a harrow and get it smoothed over again. Because I do like seeing all of the bean ground getting worked down. Smooths it out, makes it a lot nicer trying to harvest it. And same thing with the oats. I don't know, the way it's looking right now, I'm probably gonna talk Ryan into going and harrowing down, working down that new seeding once I get it seeded, and then have him come over and just chase the corn planter, or the bean planter, whatever you want to call it, the planting machine behind me, and then get caught back up to the planter in that way. But it is working nice. Yeah, see, we are kicking up dust. Granted, there's very little dust to go around. You guys can see the row shutoffs are disengaging, saving us seed. As far as that yellow strip, the reason that's so yellow is because I had the seat settings set higher than what they currently are. I was set at 130,000 seats per acre. That isn't what I wanted to be at. I wanted to be right around the 120,000 seats per acre range. So the monitor is reading that as you're low, you're low. My population is set right. It's just what I told the monitor to alert me with. I set my settings back down so you can see I'm definitely back in the green again. Just that outside pass was, oh, the monitor thought it was low. So, what I actually like to do, especially in beans, now that we have this 12 row with row shutoffs, I actually go around and outline the field first. So I do the outside edges, and then I'll start at the top, and I'll just work my way down like you just saw me do. And then I'll let the row clutches pretty much engage and disengage as they have to finish up the field. So I'm going to do exactly that right now. See, we got this little piece right there. And just like that. I think there's a little bit of a pass over here to do yet. I can't really spend too much time doing this because I really gotta get that oats in the ground. I know Ryan would be a lot happier once that's in. Oh. And I am thinking of everybody. I actually just ordered a actual monitor bracket for my cameras, so I'm gonna be able to get my cameras mounted in the tractors appropriately. I think in my 7600 video I did the other day where we were what, moving dirt, or I was in the 76. I had that bracket mounted in the 76, and I went through, and I have at least one more coming tomorrow, or this week. They ordered it, so I actually have a corn planter monitor bracket coming just to hold my camera so I can do my videos. Because this camera setup I have right now, it's heavy. My window mounts can't hold it. They can, but the camera's doing this really bad. And no one really wants to watch a shaky video. Boom. Oy. So, hopefully the next video you guys get should be me in the 7600. Getting those oats in the ground. That should be tomorrow night. And then in the following nights, depending on what happens after that, hopefully, maybe, possibly, I'm back in the 4640. It is the middle of May. We don't have any corn in the ground yet. We actually started doing soybeans because the ground conditions over a week ago, I really didn't call for corn. Beans, they can handle it. And let's see if we can do this again. Somebody asked me how we do headlands around here. nobody really explains how farmers do headlands. It really depends on the field you're in and how it lays. Where I'm at right now, I'm actually just doing 12 rows across the end. Makes it a lot easier with planting. So that's typically how I do it. Otherwise, on some of our strips where we have a road or something we can pull out onto, that works a lot slicker with those, is just driving straight ahead. I don't like doing headlands any more than we really have to, especially in the corn ground, because when I cultivate and when we do our second pass of spray, we're running down corn, and any crop that gets run down by a tire, it's not coming back. So, and I hate to cut you guys off, but for tonight, I gotta let you go because I really gotta focus on what I'm doing. It's looking like I'm on the front end of a really long work night. So thanks for tuning in. Take care, take it easy, keep in touch. Stay tuned tomorrow night and see where we all ended up.